It's now time for a special KBRF Radio Sports streaming video presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Park Region Telephone and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated, Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches, American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls, Running Stitches Embroidery, Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, FM Bank, The Viking Cafe, Service Food, Ungstead Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, and by the American Legion Post number 30. Now let's head out for the pregame.
Final week of the regular season here in high school boys soccer. And for the Fergus Falls Otters as another key opponent here and one of the best teams that they'll face in the Central Lakes Conference and a Section 8AA foe. In fact, the defending multi-time section champions, the state-ranked St. Cloud Tech Tigers, are in town to take on the Fergus Falls Otters here this evening. The Otters coming off an impressive 6-0 win as they took care of Detroit Lakes last night. Really jumped on them early, got a goal on a penalty shot, got a key save on a penalty shot, added a couple of goals late in the first half, and altogether a pretty solid performance. And as Joel Hike is pretty happy with his team's performance last night as they pick up win number 6 on the season and their 4th shutout of the year. They will face St. Cloud Tech. They are 8-2-2. They have taken their 2 losses in the last 10 days. A 1-0 loss at home to Holy Angels on September 20th. A 2-1 win over Corey followed last Tuesday. And then a 1-0 loss as they gave up a goal in the second half to Wilmer at Wilmer last week, as the Cardinals came away with a 1-0 win. And also, there is a possibility, as we talked a little bit about it yesterday, and we'll get into more on that. In fact, there'll be probably something finalized as far as the decision on this, but a potential eligibility violation was reported involving the St. Cloud Tech boys soccer team to the Minnesota State High School League. One of the players on the team did not have a class schedule that he was taking. He was taking an online class. That was, it doesn't meet the requirements for eligibility with the Minnesota State High School League. So that online school not in the attendance boundaries of Tech High School in the St. Cloud Area School District. So that student was ruled ineligible to compete. So the final ruling on if they'll have to forfeit some victories that individual was playing in some of those games, that might affect things as far as their section ratings, how many wins they have. That decision will come here in the next couple of days. The Minnesota State High School League will meet tomorrow to look at all the information and come up with a decision on that. We'll take a timeout here in our pregame report as our pregame underway here this evening from Otter Stadium, as both teams and the captains meeting for this one. Our starting lineup's just around the corner, and we'll be right back.
Chevy Truck Month is back at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. To celebrate, customers can take advantage of finance offers like 2.9% APR, price reductions, trade assistance, customer cash, and more. Contact the sales team for information and visit the Minnesota Motor Company website to view their impressive inventory. Together, let's drive. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
As we continue with our pregame report tonight from Otter Stadium, it is the St. Cloud Tech Tigers and the Fergus Falls Otters on Channel 977, the Fergus Now app, and also on the KBRF Radio YouTube page. I'm Brad Anderson. Pleasure to be with you tonight once more. Otters come in at 6-7-1, 4-3-1 in section play, 5-4 in conference play. Meantime, St. Cloud Tech, state-ranked, They are 8-2-2 overall, 4-1-1 against Section 8 AA teams, 6-1-1 in conference play. We'll take another timeout, come back with the starting lineups just ahead of our national anthem and much more coming up after this.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted.
Number 0, Dane Johnson. What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonемemorials.com.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Otters will go with this starting lineup. Aiden Godwin in net as our starting lineup is presented to you by Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls. Aiden Godwin is the keeper tonight for the Fergus Falls Otters. Parker Cantrud, midfielder, a sophomore. Lucas Toole, midfielder in defense, a freshman. Matthew Toole, a pair of goals last night. Forward midfielder, a senior. Number 10, Marshall Fellbaum, a junior. Getting the start tonight will be Isaiah Lawson, a junior. Played well last night. Alec Prishman on defense, and a midfielder, number 16, a senior. Number 17, Noah Schlosser, junior on defense. Joseph Heikus, a junior midfielder and on defense. And Quinn Wynn Shelton, number 29, a senior on defense as well for the Otters. We'll get you the St. Cloud lineup as we go along as our national anthem up next, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms 1 dinner at a time.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
And just about ready to get this one underway here this evening. As for St. Cloud Tech, Mohammed Aden is their coach. Goalkeeper is junior number 00, Dane Johnson. Will be joined as starters. Number 2, Abram Rail, a junior. Cole Matthew, number 3, a senior. Number 4, Neste Mohammed, a senior. As the Otters gain possession quickly here with Beja Gustav. Feldbaum will send it back to midfield where it's handled there by Prishman. Ball comes down the near side and handled there by St. Cloud Tech. Number 10, Abdi Rizak Ali, a senior, one of the starters tonight. Number 11, Abdi Khalif Isaac, a senior. Number 15, Abdi Shakur Mohammed. Number 12, Finnegan Bolin, a senior. Number 16, Mason Jacobs, a senior. Junior number 17, Brendan Roberts, a junior. Bodie Wanabo, he is a junior. And number 20, Caden Castillo Blumke, and number 27, Gavin Gates are your starters for St. Cloud Tech, as we're going to have a foul assessed. Foul assessed against the Otters, so a free kick coming here. Finnegan Bolin will find Mason Jacobs. Tries a cross, headed out by the Otters, as it was headed out there by Alec Prishman. Boy, comfortable night tonight. Clouds came rolling in, maybe cooled things off a little bit. Get a game time temperature for you here at just a little after the top of the hour. And we currently reside at 72 degrees. Cloudy skies. Say, once the clouds came rolling in, that certainly cooled things off, but a pleasant night. We were at 80 when the match started last night. Into the box, and offside's going to be assessed against St. Cloud Tech. They come in at 8-2-2 on the season. Their 2 losses have come here in the last, basically in the last 10 days. In fact, less than a week, including a 1-0 loss to Wilmer at Wilmer last Thursday. Free kick brings things back in. Beja Gustav trying to chase that ball down, and he does with a full head of steam down the far side. Here comes Gustav into the box. Gustav has it taken away. Can't get a shot off. As the defender able to kind of take the angle away and cut him off. But Gustav, who had a hat trick last night, his second hat trick of the year against Detroit Lakes. Of course, avenging a 4-3 loss from earlier in the season. Play back in as Jacobs will find Gavin Gates. Gates, midfield, with some room to maneuver. Through ball, downfield into the box, and a shot just nestles off the right goal pipe and kicked in for a goal. Dribbled home for a goal there as St. Cloud Tech, trailing the play, gets the goal, as here in the first half, it'll come in the 3rd minute, 2:43. Tech grabs a 1-0 lead, but that through ball was right on target, as they will pick up the goal for the 1-0 advantage. But that through ball got things started. The first shot kind of nestled and just grazed the far side post, but tapped in for a goal by Tech. Caden Castillo Blumke will pick up the goal on that, as Castillo Blumke Gets Tech on the board here at 1-0. Throw in coming here by Feldbaum for the Otters. Throws that one in, headed out by the Tigers. Trying to keep it alive there for Fergus Falls, trying to chase it down. Matthew Toole. Toole, a pair of goals last night. Drew Johnson picked up a goal. Not starting tonight as Johnson. They went with Isaiah Lawson in the starting lineup tonight, and Lawson certainly played well when called upon last night in that win over Detroit Lakes for the Otters. Here's a header attempt. Lawson couldn't get to it. Loose into the box and a shot, and a save made. Kind of got redirected, I think, maybe by one of the Tech defenders, too. The keeper, and Dane Johnson able to find it. Good deep ball that time as shot Godwin with the save on the shot attempt that time by Abdi Rizak Ali for St. Cloud Tech. Goal kick, across the way. Lawson trying to chase it down as Lawson battles for it. Tech trying to keep it in along the far sideline. Battle for the ball along the far side, taken there by St. Cloud Tech. Tigers back the other way with it, with Mason Jacobs near side, able to get to it is Abdi Shakur Mohammed. Through ball opportunity. Otters trying to break that up, and they do. But ball comes back to Gates. Gates in a through ball opportunity. There's a shot, and that one off the left post. Goalkeeper came up. Aiden Godwin came up to make a play on that one. But the shot that time just off the left goal post. Inches away from a 2-0 Tech advantage. As we are in the 5th minute. Gustav can't chase it down as it takes a bounce off the turf. Abdi Shakur Mohammed for Tech as he works his way into the box. Nearly goal line extended, gets tripped up, tries to drop a pass out. Mohammed gets it back and will just drop it off towards the sideline and out of play. Trying to chase it down was Brendan Roberts for Tech, and it will be a throw in here for the Tech Tigers. Mason Jacobs will throw it in. Basically adjacent to the 18. Throws that one up for grabs, headed by Tech. And the ball out of the box. Little contact there, and they will retreat, will the Tigers. Ball near side. Mason Jacobs trying to get there, taken away by Feldbaum, and he boots that one out of play. Jacobs will throw it in near side, just outside the Tech third. They'll send it back to midfield, and defenseman Finnegan Bolin will handle it. We're in the 6th minute, first half, 1-0 in favor of Tech on the Castillo-Blumke goal. Far side, Tigers have it. Play a little two-man game along the far sideline. Now the pass connects. Jacobs. Ball knocked away. Over there is Gates as well. Another attempt blocked by the Otters, and that will go out of play. So throw in coming here for St. Cloud Tech once more. Inside, it is broken up there. Nice job to break that up was Alec Prishman, and that one goes out of play. So we're getting down to the final week of the regular season. This will be the final section and conference match for the Otters. It's a corner kick coming for the Tigers. It'll be their first and the first of the match as it comes in the 7th minute here of this first half. A little over 33 minutes to play in this first half on the Park Region scoreboard. Ball broken up. Nice job by Feldbaum as Tech able to chase that ball down. Over the far side is Abdi Khalif Isaac. And the ball out of play. Last touch by the Otters and a throw in for Tech. Ali has it, trying to get through traffic. Nice pass. That goes into the box, and offside is going to be the call. It's Mohammed. Couldn't get to that, and that one's out of play. Goal kick will bring things back in. Godwin will do so here for the Otters in the 2A standings. St. Cloud Tech is number 6 in the Class 2A rankings. They are the only team in Section 8AA to be in the top 10. Blake is number 1. Creighton-Durham Hall second. Then it's Simley, Benilde St. Margaret's, Hill Murray. Tech Tigers, the defending 8AA champs, number 6. Then it's New Ulm, Totino, Grace, De La Salle, and Mankato East. Class A. St. Cloud Cathedral's number 2 behind Holy Angels. That's one of Tech's 2 losses is to Holy Angels. Ball knocked away as hustling after it is Isaiah Lawson for the Otters, but the ball will creep out of play. We're in the 9th minute here in the first half. On the Park Region scoreboard, here on Channel 977, the KBRF YouTube page, and also on the Fergus Now app, 1-0 in favor of conference-leading St. Cloud Tech. Loose ball, Gustav after it for the Otters. Gustav handles it. Dribbles it just beyond the box as he's about 15 yards out. Here's the shot attempt. Ends up being a cross and a header, and Lawson heads it out of play. Trying to send that one towards the goal and ended up being a cross. And Isaiah Lawson heading it out of play. So a goal kick coming here with Tack and Dean Johnson. Parker McGinnis checks into the game for the Otters. As out will go Joe Heikes. Free kick back to midfield, headed by the Otters, and Quinn Wynn Sheldon, loose ball, and cleared aside, not a play by Fergus Falls. Tech will fire it back in. Gates kind of providing a screen for one of his teammates. It's along the far side, taken back by the Otters. And the ball out of play. Tech will throw it back in once more. Again, trying to put some offensive pressure on as they work in their third here in the first half. Otters will get another substitution. And our next stoppage. Pass comes near side. Abdi Shakir Mohammed can't handle it. And the ball out of play to the Otters sideline. And for Fergus Falls, Joshua Horgan will come in right now, number 18, a junior. So Horgan checks in. Matthew Toole will take a seat for Fergus Falls. Otters at 6-7 and 2 on the season. Win would get them to 500. They'll finish up Saturday against Pelican Rapids. The Vikings in their half of Section 8A. Boy, they and Hillcrest will be two of the teams that try and get through there. Through ball. Here's Mohammed. Mohammed in. Trying to drop it in front. Cleared aside by the Otters and out of play. Trying to center that ball. Throw in coming for Tech near side from Mason Jacobs. Throw in towards the net. Loose. And the kick attempt, trying to handle it was Mohammed. Tried to get it on his foot and pop it up. And that one goes out of play. As we mentioned, Cathedral, who the Otters faced earlier in the year, is second in Class A on the boys' side. Goal kick by Godwin. Play back in the 11th minute. A little over 29 minutes to play in this first half as the goal in the 3rd minute has given conference-leading Tech. The Tigers have a 2-0 lead. Finnegan Bolin will roll it here to the near side for Jacobs. Jacobs has his attempt blocked. Lucas Toole got a piece of that ball. Now, Mohammed. Abdi Shakur Mohammed working his way through the Fergus Falls defense. Loose. And into the box it goes as cross attempt, nobody home to put a shot off. And the Otters will clear the ball out. Beja Gustav after it. He gets a piece of it, trying to keep it in play, which he does. Quick and, of course, great footwork there. Gustav comes back near side. Nice move makes some Jacobs around Gustav. We'll find Abdi Shakur Mohammed again. Trying to get through a pair of defenders. There's contact and a foul's going to be assessed. I think it's going to be Coulter McGinnis, and should be a free kick coming here for St. Cloud Tech, and it will be. Just outside the 18, so it'll be roughly about 20 yards out for Caden Castillo Blumke. There's the free kick through the three-man shield, knocked down by Godwin. The ball is loose. There's another shot save, and that one in for a goal to make it 2-0. He made one save, handled the rebound, but the second comes through to make it now 2-0. So that comes in the 13th minute, 12 minutes and 14 seconds in for Tech. And again, it wasn't the first shot, but he got it through the three-man shield onto Godwin. He made the first save, handled the rebound, but couldn't handle a second. Too much offensive pressure there, too close to the goal. So 2-0. Here's Toole with it. Now Gustav. Bodie Wanamo will get the goal here for St. Cloud Tech. So Wanamo the goal. I believe it will be, I think either Jacobs or Gates will get an assist on that. I believe it'll be Gates that will give an assist on that. As we're back to action here, 13 minutes into this first half. Headed there by Mason Jacobs. Otters handle it near side, trying to keep it in play, and running out of space here near side was Cantrud, and thrown in coming here for St. Cloud Tech. Section pairings will come out this weekend, and again, St. Cloud Tech dealing with maybe having to forfeit some wins because of the use of an ineligible player, and as far as it was a player that's attending online classes that, and again, just not going too far into the weeds on that, but the class and the education he's getting is not approved to be in activities basically by the Minnesota State High School League. And the decision on that will be made, I believe, tomorrow. It's going to be later in the week, but I believe the State High School League is meeting on that. Ball's headed out by St. Cloud Tech. Otters will throw it in. 14 minutes into this first half. They find Gustav. Gustav into the box, surrounded by a pair of defenders as he battles for the ball. Play over to the far side. Back into the box. Here's Gustav on a cross. In and scoring! On a cross, and Marshall Feldbaum redirects it home, and the Otters are on the board. It's 2-1 Tigers. In the 15th minute, 14:09. As Marshall Feldbaum. And again, Beja Gustav set that up, battling for possession, getting around a pair of defenders, and able to redirect the ball into the back of the net. In for the Otters. Feldbaum gets the goal, Gustav the assist. Matthew Tools back into the match here for Fergus Falls. Also, I think Cooper Miller. Yep, number 21, Cooper Miller. First appearance of the match, midfielder, a junior for the Otters. So the Tech lead is halved at 2-1 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection here from Otter Stadium. Otter football team was practicing beforehand. Of course, they are unbeaten right now. Playing some terrific football. Football Americano, I guess, if you will. 2-1 your score. Ball cleared out by the goalkeeper, Dane Johnson, back to midfield off the body of one of the Tigers. As Cole Matthew checked in after the goal. Through ball attempt comes all the way through. It'll be cleared aside by Quinwin Sheldon. McGinnis across the pitch. Tool there for Fergus Falls. Lucas Tool. And the ball out of play. In the 16th minute. And the ball sent out of play once more. On the Park Region scoreboard, service beyond the connection. It's been an active first half to this point. 2-1 in favor of St. Cloud Tech. Our timeouts presented by Lake Region Healthcare in case we do have stoppages. Loose into the box, and the goalkeeper, Dane Johnson, through traffic, able to locate the ball. Stick around for our halftime report presented by Minnesota Motor Company. Soccer presented to you by Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Ball cleared out by the Otters near side. Gustav battles for it, and Gustav comes away with it, pops into the air, where it's handled there by Finnegan Bolin. Now Gustav has room to maneuver. Here's Beja Gustav into the box, gets tripped up, and a whistle, and nothing called. Play will continue on. Otters might have been looking for a foul and didn't get it. Here's Tool back the other way for the Otters. Has Miller with him. Ball's booted out of play. Deflected there by Brendan Robertson out of play. Otters will throw it in. Usually Quinwin Sheldon handles that. Otters into their third, in the offensive third. Throws that ball in deep, looking for Gustav, headed out by Tech. Tool trying to chase it down for the Otters. Matthew Tool, and the ball out of play. Otters will throw it in. Throw it in from roughly about 25 to 30 yards out into the offensive third. Throw in is headed out. Tool will play it. Handles it off his chest. Gets through traffic. Gustav shot. Rolls in a couple of bounce dribbles through, and Dane Johnson was able to scoop it up. Each team 2 saves. We've had just one corner kick from St. Cloud Tech to this point. Boy, good long ball that time there by the goalkeeper Dane Johnson, and batted out of play. But Tech will throw it in their offensive third. Mohammed will throw it in. Drops it in quickly through traffic as Roberts back for Jacobs. Tech will reset offensively. Abdi Rizak Ali sends it over to the far side, back towards midfield. Now the reverse, Finnegan Bolin. Kind of overseeing things, kind of looking downfield, then drops it off. Pass broken up by the Otters, trying to force a turnover as they put a little pressure on towards midfield in the middle third. Gustav trying to get to that loose ball. Gustav, contact. Tech player goes down, and a foul is going to be assessed. The Tech player is down, and a foul. There's a whistle, and a foul as we cross the 18-minute mark into the 19th minute of play. And 2-1 your score, and we are going to have a stoppage, and we have an injury timeout. So, timeout is presented to you by Lake Region Healthcare, as we will take a pause here, and we'll check on the injury here. We will take a quick pause, come back with more here in just a moment on Channel 977 on the KBRF YouTube page, on the Fergus Now app. 2-1 in favor of Tech.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and Jeep.
Finnegan Bolin, the injured player for St. Cloud Tech, assisted over to the Tech bench. The timeout presented by Lake Region Healthcare. Locations throughout West Central Minnesota. 2-1 in favor of St. Cloud Tech here tonight from Otter Stadium. Is a through ball, trying to cut it off is McGinnis. Can he get to it as he battles with Abdi Shakir Mohammed for the ball, and Tech will throw it in. Mohammed will throw it in. Quickly in. A little contact there from McGinnis, and Tech will keep possession. Now Gustav trying to take it away from Bodie Wanabo from behind. Here's a shot attempt, and Godwin comes up down to the deck with a save on that one. Goal kick coming, taking a second look on that one from just outside the box. And the offensive third, and back comes Tech. Mohammed handles it, now near side. Castillo Blumke cannot get to the pass, and thrown in quickly by the Otters. Nearly halfway through this first half on the Park Region scoreboard, 2-1 in favor of conference leading and section leading in the standings, St. Cloud Tech. And again, depending what the ruling is, depending on how many of the wins potentially that Tech may have to forfeit, of course, will affect the section standings somewhat. Tech is the defending 8AA champs, but they still will be eligible to. They'll participate in the postseason and have a chance to win the section title and try and get back to state. Just may not be the number 1 seed. Here's Mohammed. Mohammed down the far side gets around McGinnis on a cross as pass went behind the Tech player. Looked like it was Gavin Gates. He got fouled from behind. Well, there was contact, but nothing called on that one. Play continues on. Beja Gustav trying to push it forward. Cole Matthew got a piece of it, but out of play. Miller will throw it in for the Otters. We're in the 21st minute. Tech got a couple of goals, about 10 minutes apart for a 2-0 lead. But Feldbaum redirecting a cross from Beja Gustav for a goal. And be a free kick coming here for St. Cloud Tech. Mason Jacobs bring the ball back in. Through midfield, getting a piece of it was Lucas Toole. Headed there by Coulter McGinnis. Mohammed, contact there, and whistle. A foul's going to be assessed as Mohammed and McGinnis got tangled up. And a foul's going to be assessed on Abdi Shakur Mohammed of St. Cloud Tech. McGinnis on the free kick. Since I want to go 35 to 40 yards. Gustav after it. Beja Gustav now takes possession with it. Toole, that is Lucas Toole, trying to drop it far side. Pass goes along, and here come the Otters with it. They try to set across, trying to find Gustav, broke it up, and cleared out by Tech. Otters battle for it in the middle third, and it's taken away by the Tigers. But cleared out, nice job by the Otters, and headed back by Mason Jacobs. Mohammed gets a piece of it, ball back to midfield. Mohammed has it knocked away, nice job to knock that ball away. Good job to break that ball up. Alec Prishman for the Otters. Quickly thrown back in. Back to Mohammed. 22 minutes into this first half. Still 2-1 in favor of Tech. Good battle here in the first half. And a foul is going to be assessed against Tech. And the Otters quickly bring it back in. Headed back to midfield. Now Lucas Toole for the Otters. He couldn't get to it cleanly. Feldbaum battles for it. Now Gustav. Feldbaum breaks downfield. They'll find Miller. Miller just outside the box. Some contact there with Cole Matthew. And the ball out of play. Bolin was shaken up, so we'll see. Trying to see if he's on the bench. He got shaken up and was down for a few minutes. So we'll see if he indeed does return. He is still down to the edge of the St. Cloud Tech bench down below. Quinn Sheldon will throw it in as the Otters will get Joe Heikus back in and Drew Johnson, who had a goal last night. Senior forward in for Fergus Falls. As senior Quinn Sheldon on the throw-in. The offensive third, roughly about 25 yards out. Throws that one in deep into the box, headed out by Tech. Gustav chasing after it, so is Toole. And it's taken there by Jacobs. Through ball deep, race for that ball, trying to get to it, McGinnis, and he will get to it, and got a whistle, and a yellow card is going to be assessed, I believe, to the Otters and Lucas Tools. There was a little bit of contact, and he and one of the Tigers got tangled up kind of back towards midfield behind the play as that through ball went deep, and a yellow card has been assessed on Lucas Toole of the Otters. Joel Hike is getting an explanation on the call there in the yellow card. And we're back to action. 2-1 Tech. Neste Mohammed, number 4, into the match here for St. Cloud Tech. Back to midfield. Abdi Rizak Ali, ball back out. Back to Ali at midfield. As he dribbles it out to a teammate far side, able to find Gavin Gates. Otters trying to put a little pressure on, see if they can force a change of possession around midfield in the middle third. Neste Mohammed gets a return feedback from Matthew. Now Mohammed. Ball comes near side for Abdi Shakur Mohammed. Dribbles it between a pair of defenders, gets the return feed back. Mohammed on a cross, in there for Castillo Blumke. His attempt blocked just outside the box. Otters trying to clear it out, and we'll come back to Hikus here on the near side. Back towards midfield. Good battle for it. Parker Cantrue there for the Otters. Now Castillo Blumke. Here's a shot attempt blocked, and that'll go wide of the goal and out of play. See the contact on that shot one more time. There you see it got redirected. Tech will get a corner. Second corner of the match. There's the corner by Jacobs and cleared aside by the Otters. I sent that corner low. And we'll get a second opportunity. There's the corner, line drive, headed, and that one directed near the net, and is it in? Yes, it is. It is in for a goal. The 26th minute to make it 3-1 as it was headed in to make it a 3-1. See if we can take a peek at that again. But they did nestle it in. Saw it graze the net, but wasn't sure if it had gotten through or not, but it did. In for a goal. 26 minutes. And Tech takes a 3-1 lead. 3-1 lead here on the Park Region scoreboard. Haikul Bashir checks into the match for St. Cloud Tech as they add the goal. 3-1 as Godwin sends it back towards midfield. Otters will play it. Drew Johnson sends it over to the far side. Johnson trying to dribble it along. Handle there by Tech. Pass is broken up by the Otters. Toole breaks that one up. Now Beja Gustav, Fellbaum trying to drop it off for Beja Gustav. Comes back to the right foot of Fellbaum, and he'll just kick it off of Mohammed out of bounds. Force a throw in. Beja Gustav into the offensive third, about 25 yards out. Gustav, Fellbaum. Back for Gustav, trying to get that ball in space, and it's broken up and taken there by Cole Matthew for St. Cloud Tech. 27th minute, a little over 13 minutes to go in the first half. We'll have our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report just around the corner on Channel 977 on the Fergus Now app, and also live streaming on the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Here come the Tigers again into the box as Quinwin Sheldon trying to make up that ball. Here's a shot by Gates, broken up by the Otters. Gates after it again. Ball is loose. Inside, trying to find Castillo Blumke. Otters break up that shot as well. Some contact and a whistle. And we'll see if there's a foul going to be assessed. And it looks like it's going to be a foul against the Otters and will lead to a free kick opportunity. And they score quickly off the free kick to make it 4-1. Well, they wasted no time after that foul. They wasted no time in the goal on that. To make it 4-1. I believe Gates is going to get the goal on that as it will come in the 27:43, so the 28th minute. 4-1 in favor of Tech. But boy, that happened quickly. Gates will get the goal on that right off the free kick, and as the official put the ball down, they wasted no time. The Otters really didn't get a chance to kind of set up a shield or anything to try and deflect that ball at all. So the Tigers pounce to make it 4-1 after a foul in the offensive third. In fact, that shot came about 20 yards out, right at the edge of the box. Each team, each goalkeeper, 3 saves so far. So shots on goal, 7 for Tech, 4 for the Otters. Gustav couldn't handle that ball. And a through ball deep. Deep ball handled there as Wynn Sheldon fans on his attempt. Now we'll get it back. He tried to clear it out. Now we'll just kick it out of play. His first attempt, he fanned on as a substitution in for Tech. Abdallah Hussein, number 25, will check in. As out for the Tigers, it'll be Abram Rail will take a seat. Mohammed throws that ball in. Headed there by Quinn Wynn Sheldon, loose, and Otters will start the rush as Lucas Toole back in after serving the yellow card. Through ball, trying to get to it, Isaiah Lawson, and he will. Just outside the box, he'll try it across. Ends up on goal, and Dane Johnson will come up with it. 10.5 minutes to play in the first half. A long ball, takes one big bounce on the turf, headed out by the Otters. Will be controlled by Abdi Shakur Mohammed. Now Castillo Blumke. Blumke, some contact, gets around one defender, into the box, jumps up, loses the ball in the process. Here's Mohammed. Mohammed goes down. Otters trying to force a turnover. Battle for the loose ball and out of play. There was some contact, and a foul's going to be assessed on Gavin Gates of St. Cloud Tech. Win Sheldon on the free kick will bring play back in as we're under 10 minutes to play here in the first half from Otter Stadium. 4-1 in favor of St. Cloud Tech. Long ball's broken up by St. Cloud Tech and Nesta Mohammed. Tigers keep it in play. Pass out and handled there by Fellbaum. Pass out of the reach of Lawson. Will roll through and out of play. Throw in coming here for St. Cloud Tech. Tigers have one more match to end the regular season. That will be coming up Thursday against Orono. And they'll know this week if they are be forced to forfeit any of those games after the use of an ineligible player. More to come on that. There's a lot going on. They'll finish up the regular season, and then they'll know their postseason fate. Well, they'll be able to participate, but what will their seed be? Quarterfinals will begin next Wednesday. The side of the higher seeds at home sites. Next round will be on Saturday the 11th. Finals will be on the 14th. Under 9 minutes to play here in this first half. St. Cloud Tech a 4-1 lead on the Park Region scoreboard. Service beyond the connection. Through ball, trying to race after it is Bashir. He can't get to it. The ball's out of play. Throw in coming here for the Tigers. On the far side, cross attempt blocked by the Otters, and Quinn Wynn Sheldon and out of play. Well, he does a nice job defensively. Handles a lot of the throw-ins. Not afraid on contact. Otters will throw it in quickly. I think they're going to try another throw in here, actually get a substitution. Otters will get Matthew Toole back into the match to replace Drew Johnson. Quickly thrown in. Fellbaum gets a piece of it. Gets the right foot on it. Hustling after it was Tech. Looks like, I think it's Mohammed on that loose ball. Handled there by Tech. Through ball. Battle for it. The Otters will come away with it and clear it out of play. Throwing coming from the corner for Tech. Far side. Ball headed out by the Otters. Comes back to the far corner. On a cross. Broken up by the Otters. Headed by Fellbaum. Flipped back in by the Tigers. Handled on a bounce. Here comes Tech. Pass near side is broken up. As hustling after it, getting to it for the Otters is McGinnis. McGinnis down the near sideline trying to keep it in play, which he does. As he gets around Neste Mohammed on a cross, slowly developing into the box. Cleared out by goalkeeper Johnson. Back to the middle third. Fellbaum now for the Otters. Pass, the ball went off the official, and Caden Castillo-Blumke, that went off the official, and will lead to a stoppage. 6:20 to play in the first half. So in the middle third, the Otters will bring it back in. Fehlbaum pops one into the box, headed out by Tech. Fehlbaum heads it, takes a bounce on the turf. Fehlbaum gets it back, drops it into the 18. Goalkeeper Dane Johnson will scoop it up. He'll wait for his guys to break downfield, and deep ball on the goal kick. Headed there by Tech, back out Toole, and Toole has Lawson with him. Lawson trying to get into the box, gets tripped up by Cole Matthew. Ball will roll out of play. And I believe we're going to have a foul assessed. So a nice job there, Toole, on the through ball, deep downfield, able to hit. Gates, I should say, will check into the game here, number 67 for St. Cloud Tech. And no foul. Well, the foul was assessed. Apparently, maybe it was not, as the goal kick brings play back in. Tech will throw it in. Just a little over 5 minutes to play in the first half. St. Cloud Tech leads the Otters. Boys soccer's tonight, it's 4-1. Through ball down the far side. Now here come the Tigers again. Ball into the box, cleared out. As hustling after it, trying to get to it is Mohammed. Taken away by McGinnis. Down the near side, onto the foot of Mohammed. He battles for the ball. About 20 yards out. Contact there is McGinnis. Got cut off by Jet Gates. Ball was out of bounds, and foul's going to be assessed on Tech. And the Otters will throw it in. Throw-in was headed by Neste Mohammed. Tech will throw it back in. Quickly it goes for Mohammed. Now Neste Mohammed near side. Pass intended for Getz. Broken up by Lucas Toole. Throw-in coming again for the Tigers. 4 minutes to play here in this first half. As number 50, Mohammed Hassan checks into the match here for St. Cloud Tech. As Mohammed Adin, head coach of St. Cloud Tech, trying to get a few of his reserves in with a 3-goal lead. Get them some minutes here late in the first half. Through ball. McGinnis couldn't get to it. Otters trying to keep possession, and they will boot it out of play. So a throw-in coming here for Tech. Neste Mohammed. And the offensive third here for Tech will have the throw-in. There's the throw-in deep. Headed out by the Otters. Hustling after it for Fergus Falls. Looks like Prishman over there and out of play. Thrown in by the Tech Tigers. Our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Moments away here on Channel 977. Also on the KBRF Radio YouTube page. Of course, you can listen on the Fergus Now app. You can listen to the Leighton Media family of stations anytime, whether it be right here on Channel 977, Newstalk 1250, KBRF, Real Rock Z103, or KJ Country 96.5. Corner kick coming. It's the fourth of the half for Tech. As into the box. First attempt blocked. As there's the attempt again by Gates, and a save made there by Godwin. Jet Gates was denied there by Otter keeper Aiden Godwin. As you take a look at the replay on that, able to go down low and right near the left post. Ball taken away. Hassan starts the rush. Finding Isaac. Over to the far side and out of play. It'll be thrown in by the Otters. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 4 saves for Godwin. Beja Gustav back into the match here for the Otters. To replace Isaiah Lawson. Throw in. Looking for Toole. Headed out by Tech. The ball comes to Hassan. Hassan, midfielder. on a through ball downfield. Godwin trying to scoop it up, and he does. Able to cut off that through ball, and goal kick brings play back in. 4-1 Tech. Nastay Mohammed for Cole Matthew. Matthew, and redirected there by Abdi Rizak Ali. Comes back to Matthew. Ball down the near side, broken up by the Otters, and he sent a good 15-20 yards. Were gathered in there by goalkeeper Dane Johnson. Nastay Mohammed. Ball comes near side, tended for Gates, broken up by McGinnis. Toole after it for the Otters. And eventually handled there by Fergus Falls, Parker Cantrud. Now McGinnis, taken back by Hassan. 40 seconds to play first half. We're in the 40th minute. As the first half coming to a close. Ball off the foot of Lucas Toole. Tech will throw it back in. Jet Gates gets the ball back near sideline. Gates has it broken up. Off the chest of Nastay Mohammed. Now Matthew. 18 seconds to play in the half. Ball through midfield. McGinnis trying to keep the ball in play and can't. Out of bounds. Quick throw in again. Nastay Mohammed. I don't know if they will throw the ball in or not. They may just wait and let the clock wind down to halftime. That's how the first half will come to a close here in this one from Otter Stadium as St. Cloud Tech putting some pressure on early, picking up an early goal in the 3rd minute and able to add on. Marshall Feldbaum off a cross from Beja Gustav providing the lone offense for the Otters in the first half of plays. There's a 4-1 lead on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region service beyond the connection. Halftime scored. Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer. It is St. Cloud Tech 4 and the Otters 1. We're back with the first half numbers and much more in our halftime report presented by Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls after this here on the KBRF Radio YouTube page, channel 977, and the Fergus Now app.
Chevy Truck Month is back at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. To celebrate, customers can take advantage of finance offers like 2.9% APR, price reductions, trade assistance, customer cash, and more. Contact the sales team for information and visit the Minnesota Motor Company website to view their impressive inventory. Together, let's drive. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
We're at halftime here at Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Our halftime show presented, as always, by Minnesota Motor Company. You can check out their inventory online at mnmotorco.com. Minnesota Motor Company. Of course, those 26s will be coming in soon. You can check out that website. You can check out the inventory. A great selection of pre-owned vehicles. They're always looking for trades. Contact the sales department at Minnesota Motor Company to find out more. Of Of course, you can get pre-approved for that next vehicle, whether it be a new vehicle, maybe a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. Of course, winter's coming soon. You want to get maybe an SUV that can handle things in the snow and handle things in any kind of winter weather that West Central Minnesota offers. That's Minnesota Motor Company, mnmotorco.com. You'll like the way they do business on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. 4-1 in favor of St. Cloud Tech here at halftime as Tech really controlling play as the Otters kind of sporadic in some of their offensive opportunities. And really the one thing with Tech, when they put some pressure on, when they got into the offensive third, it usually, especially on some of the goals that they got, it wasn't one goal. They were able to kind of follow the play, kind of follow their shot, so to speak, and able to get some rebound opportunities that turned into scoring. First goal came in the third minute, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. A St. Cloud Tech goal for Caden Castillo-Blumke, as that came off the first shot. That making a couple of saves. Godwin made the first save on one, deflected a second ball, but Otters couldn't clear the ball out of the goal box or the 18, and Castillo-Blumke with the goal in the third minute to give Tech a 1-0 lead. They added to the lead in the 13th minute. 12:14 was the time of the goal on a goal from Bodie Wanabo. Gavin Gates on the assist to make it 2-0. Otters got on the board moments later as Marshall Feldbaum off a cross from Beja Gustav, as he sent it towards the goal and was redirected in by Marshall Feldbaum. Came in the 15th minute. 14:09 was the time of the goal, and that got the Otters on the board. The St. Cloud Tech lead was 2-1. They added a goal the 26-minute mark of the first half. We'll see if I didn't see who it was on that goal, and we didn't get the announcement. We'll see if we can get the goal scorer on that third goal, and then they added another one less than 2 minutes later in the 28th minute, the 27:43 mark, off a foul and a free kick opportunity, and kind of caught the Otters a little bit not prepared as the official set the ball down, and Gavin Gates with the ball just to the outside of the box, about 20 yards out. He wasted no time, put it on goal, beating Godwin to make it 4-1. And again, official set the ball down, and the Otters hadn't quite got set up defensively, and Gates just was able to strike and fire, and that made it a 4-1 game. As the Tech Tigers kind of flexing their muscle here, it is a 4-1 score. As we'll take a look at some of the other numbers here as we come back with more of our halftime report presented by Minnesota Motor Company. Otters trail 4-1 to the Tech Tigers in high school boys soccer. We'll be right back.
Chevy Truck Month is back at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. To celebrate, customers can take advantage of finance offers like 2.9% APR, price reductions, trade assistance, customer cash, and more. Contact the sales team for information and visit the Minnesota Motor Company website to view their impressive inventory. Together, let's drive. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Back on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report. Brad Anderson with you. Billy's on camera doing all the dirty work and try to bring the sounds and pictures to you here from Otter Stadium. 4-1. St. Cloud Tech leads the Otter boys. The Otter girls soccer team down in St. Cloud taking on the Crush as they get ready for their section tournament coming up next week. That third goal might have been an own goal. Looked like it went off the body of one of the Otters and didn't, at least none of the Tigers credited on that goal. Kind of scored as an own goal off the body, it looked like, of Marshall Fellbaum for that third goal. That was the goal at the 26-minute mark. So we take a look at saves. 4 for Aiden Godwin for Fergus Falls, the goalkeeper. 3 saves for Tech keeper Dane Johnson. 4 corner kicks for the Tigers and none for the Otters. That does it for our Minnesota Motor Company halftime report as Tech leads Fergus Falls 4-1. Second half coming up in just a moment.
Chevy Truck Month is back at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. To celebrate, customers can take advantage of finance offers like 2.9% APR, price reductions, trade assistance, customer cash, and more. Contact the sales team for information and visit the Minnesota Motor Company website to view their impressive inventory. Together, let's drive. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Serving you best.
Well, ready to get the second half underway. 4-1 in favor of Tech. Right now, talking with Joel Hike as head coach of the Otters before last night's game. He thought maybe 2 wins could maybe give the Otters an opportunity to get a top 4 seed in a home quarterfinal match next Wednesday. He thinks right now it probably wouldn't drop any lower than number 5. They look at the wins that they picked up over Rocori, road win there, and a win over St. Cloud Apollo. 2 things that they can look at as positives to kind of help their case. Tech, and again, kind of all depends on the ruling and how many games they may potentially have to forfeit, how many wins because of the use of an ineligible player. That'll be decided here in the next day or so. Loose ball as Godwin will chase that down as second half is underway. Last night the Otters had 3 corner kicks against Detroit Lakes. DL at 4. Long ball is Beja Gustav couldn't keep control of it far side, and Tech throws it back in. It's out of the reach of Abdi Khalif Isaac, and the Otters come back the other way with it. Gavin Gates tries to center that ball about 20 yards out, and the boot goes well up and open out of play on the shot attempt that time from Mohammed Hassan. Just underway, second half here on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. One of our great sponsors for our local sports coverage here in Leighton Media, Fergus Falls. Ball comes back towards midfield. Coverage also brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. Beja Gustav Ball's broken up. Back towards midfield. Feldbaum there for the Otters. Pass goes for Hassan. Now Abdishakur Mohammed. Back on defense is Sudez Omar, number 5, getting some minutes here in the second half for Tech. Ball out of play. Otters will throw it in from the far side. Actually, correction, Tech will throw it in. Mohammed, ball broken up and handled there by the Otters. Alec Prishman sends that one along. Now for Toole. Matthew Toole. Ball broken up. Ali tries to send that ball along in the middle third for the Tech Tigers. They're the defending 8AA champs, ranked number 6. The latest Class AA boys soccer rankings. Ball comes to Abdallah Hussein. Drops it off. Now Hassan. Through ball. Knocked down is Hussein. Drops it off for Mohammed. Abdishakur Mohammed on a cross into the box, and they score! A nice feed that time, and I believe it'll be Abdallah Hussein who picks up the goal on that. That'll make it a 5-1 game. Either be Hussein or Mohammed Hassan, as that comes in the 43rd minute. With 37:04 to play in the match. As the assist will go to Abdishakur Mohammed as he set up that cross. Abdallah Hussein will be credited with the goal. So he got that cross and set it home. Looked like just over Godwin's shoulder. Kind of went top right corner on that one. 5-1 in favor of the Tech Tigers. We're at the top of the hour of 8 o'clock. KJJK AM. Fergus Falls. Of course, in the FM translator locally at 97.7 FM. We're also on the Fergus Now app and the KBRF Radio YouTube page for the video streaming. There'll be more of those events being live streamed throughout the sports season here through Leighton Media Fergus Falls. Ball comes near side. Abdallah Hussein able to find Isaac. Into the box, Mohammed. And there is a shot that's pushed just wide. Tried that cross attempt. Trying to get that into the box. And the left-footed strike just wide of the goal. Godwin, goal kick will bring play back in. Into the 45th minute of the match as we are a little over 4 minutes into the second half from Otters Stadium. Now a 5-1 St. Cloud Tech advantage. So as they got the goal in the 3rd minute of the first half, they strike in the 3rd minute of the second half, 43rd minute of the match, and trying to put a little more offensive pressure on the Otters as there's a long strike. About 25, actually close to 30 yards out and out of play. Not been a lot of time in the Otters' offensive third to at least begin the second half of play. Godwin. Goal kick brings play back in. Cantrud finding Marshall Philbaum was the Otters' goal. Now the Otters get something going offensively. Here comes Toole. Ball is broken up. Cantrud has it taken back by Tech. Mohammed Hassan drops it near side and unable to keep it in play was Abdallah Hussein, and the Otters will throw it in. Joshua Horgan on a throw in. Looking for Gustav, trying to play it off the St. Cloud Tech header. And it's booted out by Dane Johnson. He elected not to scoop it up, but tried to kick it out and let his teammates try to keep possession, and they have so far. Ball comes near sideline. On the far side, Abram Roll sends it down the far sideline. We saw Finnegan Boland get shaken up earlier. That was in the first half and has not returned, and I guess he might be done for the night. Here comes Tech. Pass broken up by the Otters as ball just the outside of the box. And a whistle. We'll have a stoppage and be a free kick coming for the Otters. may have been offsides on the whistle, but free kick for the Otters may turn into a goal kick, and they will let Aiden Godwin handle that one. Gustav gets a foot on it. Now for Hassan. Sends it far side. I'm going to be unable to chase it down as the ball goes out of play. Gavin Gates unable to chase that ball down. Gustav after it for the Otters. Far side. Gustav trying to keep possession. Take it away down the far sideline. And back comes St. Cloud Tech. Now comes near side. Mohammed. Abdi Shakir Mohammed. Through ball. Godwin will clear it out. Boy, good deep ball that time. Toole tries to head it. Headed back to midfield. No Mohammed. No Felbaum. Gains possession here for the Fergus Falls Otters. Toole chasing the play. Gustav trying to grab it on the run. Goalkeeper came well out of the goalie area there. Came well out of the net, a good 15 yards or so. Able to get a piece of that ball, but that net was plenty wide open. On the through ball again, downfield. And it's going to be Abdi Khalif Isaac, and foul's going to be assessed. There was some contact as that through ball was delivered. Foul assessed against the Otters back towards the middle third, in fact, right around midfield. And St. Cloud Tech will have a free kick right at the 50. Free kick, deep ball into the box. Cleared out as a left-footed strike, and save made there by Godwin. Really well set up by Tech to give themselves a scoring opportunity. Save number 5 for Godwin. He has 1 so far in the second half. Beja Gustav with a full head of steam. Now puts the brakes on. Dropping a pass, Felbaum. Felbaum, shot attempt was blocked. Marshall gets it back. Battling, trying to dribble that back and eventually set out a play. Like Alec Prishman tried to drop it off to the corner as he was looking for Toole. Ball thrown back in. Ball rolls through. Felbaum drops that ball off. It's handled there by actually Joshua Horgan for the Otters. Gavin Gates with it. Sends that pass along to midfield. Traffic through there as ball's taken away from Abdi Khalif Isaac. Ball broken up by the Otters. Comes over to the near side as handled there by Joshua Horgan. Pass broken up. Through ball. Gets through traffic as Abdi Khalif Isaac sends another through ball deep. Gates trying to get to it and does. Goal line extended along the far side. There's a chance for Gates. So he tries the cross, and offside's going to be called. Substitution will get Isaiah Lawson into the match here for the Otters. Out will go Parker Cantrud. 9.5 minutes into the second half, a little over 30 minutes to play. Tech added a goal nearly 2.5 minutes into the second half of play. Goal from Abdullah Hussein to make it a 5-1 advantage on the Park Region scoreboard. Stick around for our post-game report. We'll have our Quality Player of the Game presented to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics, 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Otters with a win could get back to 500. Of course, they will finish the season Saturday afternoon at Pelican Rapids against the Vikings. And boy, Pelican having a good season. John Peters' team battling for that top spot in their half of Section 8A. Foul against the Otters and will lead to a free kick. About 30 yards out, there's that free kick, and a nice job by Godwin to get a piece of that. Up towards the post, kind of the crossbar area. Again, Tech wasted no time, and Godwin able to get a piece of that, because that would have been right up around the crossbar had he not had contact with it. Ball broken up there by Hassan. Hassan battles for that ball, and contact and a foul will be assessed against the Tigers. 29 minutes to play here in the second half as Felbaum on the free kick. Brings play back in for the Otters. Hikus trying to drop it near side. Horgan on a battle for that ball with Abdallah Hussein. Substitution in as Maza Ebro, number 7. Senior checks into the match here for the St. Cloud Tech Tigers. Sudez Omar throws that one back in. Handled there by Joshua Horgan. Now Mohammed. Pass goes for, looks like, Maza Ebro. Cleared out by the Otters just outside the 18. Back towards the middle third. Cleared out to midfield looking for Gustav. Knocked away by Cole Matthew. Isaiah Lawson battles for it for the Otters near midfield. Ball comes to the near side. Dribbling with it is Neste Mohammed. We've got contact as Gustav got tangled up with one of the Tigers, and a yellow card is going to be assessed, I believe, on Gustav. And that'll be the case. Meja Gustav, that's the second yellow card for the Otters in the match. Lucas Toole had one in the first half. So the yellow card, Gustav will check out. Replaced by Drew Johnson. Mohammed will check into the match for St. Cloud Tech. As out will go Mason Jacobs. So it looks like it'll move Mohammed Hassan to more of a midfielder role. Mohammed, kind of a midfielder, it looks like more of a forward as the free kick. They'll set up 5 players up right at the edge of the 18. Sudez Omar has it. Mohammed. Comes back to Mohammed from Mohammed Hassan. Omar. Ball taken away by the Otters. Joshua Horgan. Ball broken up. Knocked away by Mohammed Hassan on a play, and the Otters will throw it in. Goalkeeper Dane Johnson has not had to handle a save. Well, he may get an opportunity right. Nope, he'll scoop it up. He'll beat Matthew Toole to the loose ball on that one. Toole able to get free from a pair of Tech defenders, but goalkeeper Johnson keeping a close eye on that play. Able to scoop up that loose ball. Quinn Shelton after the loose ball as Tech trying to work it into the box. Here's an opportunity for Gates. His cross is broken up by Fergus Falls, not a play. Tech will throw it in. We are into the 14th minute of the second half, 54th minute of the match. St. Cloud Tech with a 5-1 lead. The lone Otter goal came in the 15th minute. 14:09 into the first half from Marshall Fellbaum off the Beja Gustav assist. But right now Gustav, after the yellow card, currently on the bench here for the Otters. Fellbaum on a header, far side. And the ball controlled by the Tech Tigers along the far side as they try to weave through traffic. Ball broken up. Gavin Gates after it. Drops it back far side. Otters will put a little more defensive pressure on. Kind of the edge of the middle third. Ball broken up, but comes out of the foot and a through ball opportunity. Here's a chance for Mohammed Hassan, and Hassan will score. On the through ball attempt that time, there you take a look at it. Godwin came well out of the goal to try and see if he could cut that ball off, but Mohammed able to get the ball around him and score to make it now 6-1. 25-36 into the second half is it'll come in the 65th minute. Mohammed Hassan gets the goal. We'll give Hussein the assist on that one, and now a 6-1 Tech advantage. It was a really good through ball that time, and Godwin took a chance, coming good 15 yards at least out of the cage to try and make a play on that ball. See if he could at least get a piece of it. He could not, and left a wide open net that Hassan did not miss. So 6-1 your scores. We're under 25 minutes to play here in the match on the Park Region scoreboard. Service beyond the connection. Season high in goals for Tech is 7. Back on September 11th when they won 7-0 at home against Detroit Lakes. In their last 5 games, they have scored 6 goals total, including a pair of 1-0 losses to Holy Angels a week ago Saturday on the 20th, and also a 1-0 loss at Wilmer to the Cardinals last Thursday. So in their last 5 games, they had scored just 6 goals. They had given up just 4. They've given up just 1 tonight. Feldbaum at midfield with it for the Otters. See pass handled there by Alec Prishman. Now Lawson. Feed went just behind Lucas Toole and handled there by St. Cloud Tech. Abdi Karif Isaac, through ball, broken up by the Otters. They get it back. Ebro sends a pass for Gates. Back into the box. There's a left-footed strike and scooped up by Godwin. Godwin brings that back into play. Second look at that shot attempt. On the left-footed strike and handled there. Throw in coming for St. Cloud Tech. Sudais Omar. Dropping it now for Abdallah Hussein. Hussein had to drop the ball back outside the box. It's handled there by Horgan, but broken up by Tech, and the Otters will get a throw in. 23 minutes to play here in the second half. And all Tigers in this one tonight. It is 6-1. Mason Jacobs will come in our next stoppage here for St. Cloud Tech. Throw in. There was some contact. A foul assessed. I think they might have got Abdallah Hussein on the foul. Otters will throw it back in. Actually, no, it should be a free kick, shouldn't it? There we go. Horgan was ready to quickly throw that ball in, but free kick will get play back in. Marshall Feldbaum will do the honors here for Fergus Falls. Good long ball that time, headed out by St. Cloud Tech. Got a bounce for Abdi Karif Isaac. Back in the middle third. And a whistle and a stoppage as Abdallah Hussein was the last one to get to it for St. Cloud Tech. Another free kick coming here. A little closer to midfield for Feldbaum and the Otters. Boy, good ball there and caught by Dane Johnson. As racing downfield was Isaiah Lawson, but Dane Johnson able to handle that. He has 1 save here in the second half and 4 for the match. 6-1 in favor of Tech. 21.5 minutes to play as well as a whistle, and a foul is going to be assessed. Foul assessed on the Otters. Looks like Prishman, he whistled on the foul there, and free kick will be a little beyond 40 yards out. On the free kick, into the box, headed there by Abdallah Hussein, picked up on a bounce. Ebro, nice job to kind of battle for that ball. It's like Quinn Sheldon for the Otters. Ball out of play. Goal kick coming here for Aiden Godwin. Now Mason Jacobs into the match for St. Cloud Tech. Cooper Miller checks into the game for the Otters to replace Alec Prishman. 20 minutes, 40 seconds to play second half. 6-1. St. Cloud Tech adding a pair of goals here in the second half from Hussein and Mohammed Hassan to add to their lead. They led 4-1 at halftime. Mohammed Hassan drops that ball off for Cole Matthew as they work the ball in the middle third to the Tigers. Through ball, looking to connect and does. Ebro into the box, puts the brakes on. Left foot, there's the strike around the defender, and Godwin comes up with the save. Went to the left foot to try and get around the defender on that shot attempt, which he did, trying to go to the far side post. But a good read there by Godwin, able to look around the defender and come up with a save. Had some time to react on that shot. We're under 20 minutes to play here in the second half. We are into the 61st minute of this match. Luke Hatton, number 1, will come in to replace goalkeeper Dane Johnson for St. Cloud Tech. So Hatton is senior. Haikul Bashir will come in. I don't know if he'll be right now or not. Gustav, after the yellow card, will report in here momentarily as well for the Otters. Again, it'll be interesting to see where the Otters land in Section 8AA. Do they land perhaps in that number 4 spot? Here's a giveaway and a turnover. Here comes Tech on a shot, and it is easily handled by Aiden Godwin. On the loose ball attempt that time as they took an errant ball and turned it into a scoring opportunity. 7 saves now for Godwin tonight for the Otters. 3 of those here in the second half. Ebro drops that ball off for Mohammed. Far side, Gates. Gates has it knocked away. And Tech will throw it in. Under 18 and a half minutes to play here in the match. Tech owns a 6-1 advantage tonight here from Otter Stadium. And boy, once again, Mother Nature's been very kind here as of late. Abdallah Hussein will check out. Now Haikul Bashir, a senior, back into the match for St. Cloud Tech. Actually, the clouds we got late in the afternoon did help to kind of cool things off a little bit. Very comfortable 70 degrees at the end of September. We will take it, so we know what's going to happen eventually. Ball off the leg of Gates, couldn't handle it, off the throw in. Again, we've had a very pleasant fall for the outdoor activities. Maybe a couple of Fridays with some rain for football, but altogether, it's been pretty comfortable. Great weather. Gustav, Miller trying to head downfield with it, trying to drop it for Miller. Cleared out. Back through the middle third, and Quinwin Sheldon sends that one deep, headed back by Tech. Return to the header by Fellbaum for Gustav. Beja Gustav trying to weave his way through traffic as he was met by Bashir and Hassan, and back come the Tigers. Pass deflected and handled there. Joseph Heikus through midfield. Ball returned back. The Otters trying to keep possession, and they do with Isaiah Lawson. Now for Beja Gustav. Gustav gets a foot on it, but can't keep possession. Back comes St. Cloud Tech. Ball to the near side. Maza Ebro. Here's Ebro getting around one defender. Gets around Heikus. Into the box. Cross attempt broken up by the Otters. Good job, Quinwin Sheldon. First attempt denied. And second one. Good deep ball downfield. And a whistle. Oh, no. Great move there by Cole Matthew. Looked like Miller was trying to get after it. And Matthew able to kind of deke him as Gustav dribbles with it, finding Fellbaum. Through ball attempt. Can Lawson get to it? He battles for it. About 25 yards out. And finally handled by St. Cloud Tech. Along the far side, 16 minutes to play. Here in the second half, St. Cloud Tech with a 6-1 lead. And that ball out of play. Otters will throw it in. Far sideline from midfield. Toole with it. Trying to find Lawson and out of play. And Tech with the throw in. Gates far side, headed out by the Otters. Toole trying to keep it in play. Over to the corner. Hatton thought about going after it, but decided against it. So Hatton on the goal kick will bring play back in, or is he going to attempt it? Nope, he's going to. Actually, he will, I think. So he waits for his teammates to get set. No. Well, the teammate on the goal kick, on the free kick to bring play back in. Otters work it. Ball deflected. Gustav gets a piece of it. Back to Fellbaum. Fellbaum about 35 yards out. Tried to Dropped that ball into the box and could not. Loose. Gustav after it. Down he goes. And I think a foul's going to be assessed. Mohammed Hassan on the foul for St. Cloud Tech. The Otters will get a free kick with just under 15 minutes to play here in the match. With 14 minutes, 43 seconds. Gustav on the free kick will be a little under 30 yards out. On the free kick attempt, it is up and off the top of the football goalpost, or the crossbar. As he wasted no time. And, yep, hit it off the football crossbar just above the soccer goal. Hikus will check out as Joshua Horgan in for the Otters. And looks like we have an injured, Tech player down on the field. So Mohammed Aden, the head coach of the Tech Tigers, will come out as we have the timeout presented by Lake Region Healthcare. So timeout, we will take a pause here with 14:07 to go here in the second half. It is on the Park Region scoreboard. Service beyond the connection, 6-1, the lead for St. Cloud Tech over the Otters, and we'll be right back.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
So we come back from the Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Heikel Bashir helped to the Tech bench as he was shaken up. Isaac with it. Abdi Khalif Isaac handles it for Tech. Left-footed shot goes up and out of play. And the left-footed strike. I don't think Coach Mohammed Aden liked that, as he was, I think he wanted to see if they could get that ball into the box and try to get a little better scoring chance on that. Ball for Feldbaum off his foot and turns into an opportunity here for Tech. As with it, Maza Ebro on a cross for Ali, broken up by the Otters. Gustav hustles back and gets that loose ball for Fergus Falls. Beja Gustav battles with Abram Rail, who came in at the injury timeout. Feldbaum for the Otters. Long down field is trying to get to it. Was Matthew Toole, thrown in by the Otters. Lucas Toole gets a piece of it. Ball through center. Under 13 minutes to play here in the match. 6-1 in favor of Tech. Through ball. Did not connect. Quinn Sheldon will give way to his goalkeeper Godwin, and Aiden Godwin and ball back in. After it is Sudais Omar. Ball popped up in the air to midfield to the middle third. Lucas Toole sends it along for the Otters, but out of play as Isaiah Lawson hustling after it for Fergus Falls. 12.5 minutes to play here in the match, as in for St. Cloud Tech is Brendan Roberts. In for Mohamed Hassan. Was one of the second half goals for Tech. Castillo Blumke, Wanabo, Gavin Gates, along with Abdallah Hussein and Mohamed Hassan have the goals, and then one credited. The offense was credited on that one as the third goal looked like it went off the body of one of the Otters, and an own goal. Otters will throw it in. Joshua Horgan, that one's headed out. Handled there by Abdi Rizak Ali. Ball comes to Ali, down the near sideline. Ali dribbles it back to the middle of the pitch, loses it, gets it back, about 20 yards out. Ball broken up. Ali will chase it down and drops that ball off. Pass goes for Rail. Rail, pass, stopping it with his foot. Nice job by the Otters was Joseph Heikus, able to just kind of stop it with that foot. Through ball attempt for Lawson. Lawson trying to get there and can't as he got tripped up, and it's like offside's going to be the call. So Lawson trying to hustle after that ball, but couldn't get to it. And free kick will get us back to action here with under 11 minutes to play. Stick around on our post-match report. We'll have our quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics bringing you our quality player of the game here on Channel 977 on the KBRF Radio YouTube page and also via the Fergus Now app. Godwin scoops up a loose ball. Goal kick. Good long ball. Gustav looking to chase that down. Looks to handle it with the right foot. Surrounded by a pair of defenders along the near sideline. He's able to split them. Boy, he's got great footwork, and he is lightning quick. Fellbaum knocked away. And a couple of defenders helped to force change of possession there. Here's Ali for Tech. Boy, they do put a lot of pressure on. Offside's going to be the calls. Breaking down field was Maza Ebro. And the Otters will get a free kick. Under 10 minutes to play in the match. The Otters trail 6-1. Boys soccer this evening. Otter girls losing last night at Detroit Lakes. They are down in St. Cloud this evening. Quinn Sheldon on the free kick. Off the shoulder of one of the Tigers. Gustav looking to head that one forward. And chase it down was Sudez Omar. Now Gates. Gavin Gates down the far side. Pass broken up by the Otters. Lucas Toole after that ball along the far side for Fergus Falls. Pass out and intercepted, knocked away by Joshua Horgan. Here's Fellbaum as the lone Otter goal. Through ball for Gustav is broken up and out of play. He had to try and redirect that through ball around the Tech defender and nearly did. Matthew Toole checks in for the Otters. He'll replace Isaiah Lawson. And the Otters will get their first corner of the evening. It's Marshall Fellbaum on the corner. And ball is broken up. Here's a shot attempt and the save made there by Hatton. So Hatton comes up with his first save. Dane Johnson had 4 while he was in there. Hatton's been in there roughly about 5 to 7 minutes. 8:10 to play here in the second half. 6-1 St. Cloud Tech with the lead on the Park Region scoreboard. Ball handled there by Tech, handled there by Nastay Mohammed. Ball near side. Quinn Sheldon after that loose ball, battling with Mohammed for that ball. Quickly thrown in by the Otters. Actually get a substitution first. Cooper Miller checks into the match for Fergus Falls. As out will go one of the seniors, Quinn Sheldon. Well, this is the final home regular season match for the Otters. Their third in 4 days. Lost 1-0 to Hillcrest Saturday afternoon. Of course, a big performance last night. A 6-0 blanking. Their 4th shutout of the year. Clean sheet for Miller. So they took care of Detroit Lakes last night. 8 saves for Godwin, picking up the shutout and the clean sheet. Ball at midfield. Here comes Tech again. Neste Mohammed. Through ball went off the back of Maza Ebro's foot, taken back by the Otters. Toole, left-footed strike by Lucas Toole was blocked, and Otters will get a throw in. Under 7 minutes to play here in the match. 6:48, and the clock moving here in the second half. Horgan was ready to throw it in, but the officials halting play for a moment on the throw-in. It's headed there by Tech and Ali. Another throw-in headed again by Tech. Horgan on the throw-in. Was looking for Isaiah Lawson, who checked back into the match, but ball broken up. Horgan one more time on the throw-in, looking towards Gustav. It was headed there by one of the Otters. Comes back to Horgan just outside the box. Plays it off his chest. Now back out. Heikus. Heikus in a through ball. Broken up by Tech. Cleared out by the Tigers. Lawson after it. Otters trying to keep things in the offensive third. That one cleared aside. Some contact, and a foul's going to be assessed against the Tigers, so Otters will get a free kick. So Gustav ready. Meja Gustav quickly on the free kick, and save made by Hatton. About 27, 28 yards out on that attempt. And the right-footed strike, and Luke Hatton coming up with the save. Meantime, here comes Tech. Some contact there as down going Maza Ebro. Ali dribbles it into the box. Ali trying to keep it in play. The cross attempt was blocked by the Otters. No foul assessed as Ebro went down. Slowly came back up, hands on hips, and Tech will get a corner. It'll be their 5th of the night and their 1st of the second half. Brendan Roberts on the corner here for the Tigers. Off the corner, it is into traffic, and a shot scooped up by Godwin. Second look on that. Able to get that ball through traffic, and a shot on net. Loose ball, Gates after it now for the Tech Tigers. As he glides down the far side, chased by one of the Otter defenders as Gates has it knocked away from behind and out of play. Just a little over 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 seconds, and rolling here in the second half. St. Cloud Tech leading the Otters, 6-1 on the Park Region scoreboard. Another corner, this time from the far side. Corner kick number 6 of the night here for Tech. There's the corner into the box as traffic, and whistle. Foul's going to be assessed on Tech as one of the Otters knocked down in the 18, and a free kick here for Fergus Falls. Free kick from Fellbaum. Back to the middle third. Gustav after it. Popped up in the air by Isaiah Lawson. Handed out by the Tigers. As hustling after it, I believe it was Miller, and that one out of play. Fellbaum as back comes Fergus Falls with it. Back to midfield. They've got Lawson now kind of playing more towards kind of the middle, almost as basically a forward, but a lot of times he plays on the outside. Now they've got Gustav kind of more to the outside right now. As the ball comes through, Hatton will scoop it up inside of 3 minutes to play here in the match. It was 4-1 Tech at halftime. Abdallah Hussein adding a goal in the 43rd minute, third minute of the second half to make it 5-1. And then off a through ball, Mohammed Hassan adding a goal, as that came in the 55th minute. Quinn Sheldon checks in. Out will go Miller. So that came in the 15th minute of the second half. And the 55th minute of the match. Just over 2 minutes to go. Throw in, headed out. Comes back to Sheldon. Has it broken up. And taken there by Gates for St. Cloud Tech. It's hitting through ball. Downfield. As Feldbaum will get to it. We've got Feldbaum back on defense, so Joel Hike is kind of moving some guys around here late. Ball thrown in. Minute 35 to play here in the second half as Tech. And again, they'll kind of know their fate of the potential punishment. How many games they potentially may have to forfeit after the use of an ineligible player that the school did report. They've kind of followed all the guidelines they needed to and just waiting to see what any potential punishment might be coming up here in the next day or two. But they will be eligible for the postseason and certainly will be a favorite to try and defend their Section 8 AA boys soccer crown. Drew Johnson checks into the game for the Otters as we are into the final minute of the match. Quinn Sheldon on the throw-in, some contact, but it is gobbled up there by goalkeeper Luke Hatton. On the goal kick, headed out by Quinn Sheldon. And sent out a play. It's Mason Jacobs trying to find Gavin Gates. Otters will get a throw-in. 27 seconds to go in the match. As in for Gustav. Feldbaum actually, was that Feldbaum? No, it was McGinnis who got a piece of that one over along the far side. Cantrud met by a pair of Tech defenders. Final seconds tick away as Mason Jacobs sends that one along, handled by Feldbaum. Down to 3, 2, 1, and the Tigers. Pretty convincing win here tonight. So St. Cloud Tech able to flex their muscles tonight here at Otter Stadium as they pick up their 9th win on the season as they go to 9-2-2. They will finish up the regular season, and that'll be coming up on Thursday when they travel to Orono, as the Otters will finish up their regular season. That'll be coming up Saturday afternoon as they will travel to Pelican Rapids to take on the Vikings, as the Otters, the back-to-back matches, their third match in 4 days, go 1-2 in that stretch. They fall to 6-8-1 on the season. Your final score on this one tonight, you take a look at it right there. Tech Tigers win it. St. Cloud Tech over the Otters tonight on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. Tech 6 and the Otters 1. Our post-match report coming up after this.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Chevy Truck Month is back at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. To celebrate, customers can take advantage of finance offers like 2.9% APR, price reductions, trade assistance, customer cash, and more. Contact the sales team for information and visit the Minnesota Motor Company website to view their impressive inventory. Together, let's drive.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service food. Serving you best.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
We're back here at Otter Stadium. Here in Fergus Falls as the Otters fall in this one tonight by a score of 6-1. Boy, St. Cloud Tech. And again, no matter what happens with the decision and whether they'll have to forfeit some victories or not, still a very deep and really impressive team. And they will get their 9th win of the year as we bring you back here in our post-game report. Still to come, we'll have our player of the game, our quality player of the game, presented to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. 6-1 your final as Tech, 5 corners compared to 1 for the Otters. As Godwin coming up with, I believe the final save count, was 8. We'll check on that here before we call it an evening here tonight. As actually the final saves, 7 for Aiden Godwin, the keeper for the Fergus Falls Otters. A combined 6 saves between Dane Johnson and Luke Hatton. Hatton had a couple. Johnson had 4 while he was in the match here this evening as well, as the corners 5-1 in favor of Tech tonight. It was 4-1 in favor of the Tigers in the second half as they were able to add to the lead and did so quickly. In the 43rd minute, just under 2.5 minutes into the second half, it came at 42-26. It was a goal for Abdallah Hussein. Hussein, assisted by Abdushakur Mohammed, came at 42-26, so the 43rd minute to give Tech a 5-1 advantage. And they ended the scoring about 10 minutes later, as that one came 14 minutes into the second half. So the 55th minute, it was off a through ball. Mohammed Hassan off the through ball from Abdallah Hussein. He got that through ball as came kind of right up to the edge of the box, the edge of the 18, as Otters goalkeeper Aiden Godwin came up trying to make a play on that ball, see if he could beat Hassan to the ball, and could not. He was able to get the right-footed kick just around Godwin and into the back of the net for the goal, as that came in the 15th minute of the second half, 55th minute of the match to make it a 6-1 final. The lone Otter goal came in the 15th minute in the first half, as off a through ball from Beja Gustav, as he was able to put it towards the goal, redirected in by Marshall Fellbaum. That cut the Otter deficit to 2-1 in the 15th minute, but that's the lone goal of the match as Tech wins it by a score of 6-1. So Tech goes to 9-2-2 on the season. The Otters fall to 6-8-1, and again, their regular season finale will be Saturday afternoon at Pelican Rapids. They'll take on the Vikings. They will know their fate for the Section 8 AA tournament, and their quarterfinal will be coming up next Wednesday. Right now, talking with Coach Joel Heikus for the match last night, he was thinking probably right now sitting at number 5, maybe with, if they kind of state their case, and with the fate of Tech perhaps might change how they see things as well. Initially it was going to be QRF. They might have to do a coach's vote on that. I don't think they've finalized that, but the Otters probably looking somewhere maybe in that 4 to 5 seed range. 4 would get them a home match. Number 5, they would hit the road. So our post-match report continues. We'll have our quality player of the game coming here in just a moment. Presented to you by Quality Toyota, and Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union in Fergus Falls. Tech wins it over the Otters tonight, 6-1 in boys soccer. We'll wrap it up after this.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability. Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Back here at Otter Stadium, Brad Anderson with you. It's a 6-1 St. Cloud Tech win here this evening. As we'll wrap things up here with our player of the game, presented to you by Quality Toyota and also by Lake Country Graphics, as the Otters fall in this one tonight by a score of 6-1, as folks at Quality Toyota, longtime supporters of area athletics, and they've supported the Quality Player of the Game, and the folks at Lake Country Graphics for screen printing and embroidery and custom apparel with the best in personal service around. It's Lake Country Graphics, 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027. You can find them online. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. As a reminder, we'll have more games coming up here throughout the week on Thursday and Friday. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But for the Otters tonight, they got their goal in a really well set up offensive play in the first half in the 15th minute, as Beja Gustav, of course, has been the offensive leader throughout the fall here for the Otters. And one of the, as he was able to find Marshall Feldbaum, the midfielder, able to redirect that off a through ball from Gustav, has sent it towards the goal. Feldbaum able to redirect that in past Tech keeper Dane Johnson. So Marshall Feldbaum, the lone Otter goal tonight, and he's been a steady presence all season long for the Otters, as he is our Quality Player of the Game. Well, coming up on Thursday, it'll be volleyball on KJ Country, 96.5, Section 6A matchup. Underwood will be at Battle Lake. The Battlers swept the Rockets back on September 2nd. That'll be coming up with the pre-match report around 7 p.m. 3 football games on Friday, as we will have video coverage of the Otters and the Rocori Spartans from Cold Spring, as the state-ranked Otters will take on the Rocori Spartans on Channel 977, the Fergus Now app, and also here on the KBRF Radio YouTube page with Mark Johnson. 7 o'clock kickoff and a 6:45 pregame. The other 2 games on Friday will be radio only on KJ Country 96.5. It'll be Parker's Prairie at Ottertail Central in Henning, as OTC looks to rebound after their first loss last week to the Breckenridge Cowboys. Jason Retzlaff will have that for you. 6:45 with a 7 o'clock kickoff. And from Barrett on Friday night on Real Rock Z103.3 and on the Fergus Now app, it'll be the Long Prairie Grey Eagle Thunder and the West Central Area Knights with Bob Rohrs on the call with pregame at 6:45. As we'll see on some postseason action as well. We've got some soccer, volleyball coming up. Section 6A is going to be very wide open, and of course some postseason football as we turn the calendar to October. But busy on Thursday and Friday with both live streaming. That volleyball match on Thursday with Underwood at Battle Lake will be on the KBRF Radio YouTube page with a 7 o'clock pre-match report. That'll do it tonight here from Otter Stadium. Your final score one more time on the Park Region scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. The St. Cloud Tech Tigers defeat the Otter Boys tonight. As your final score in this one, it is the Tech Tigers 6 and the Otters 1. From Fergus Falls, have a great night and so long.
We hope you've enjoyed this special KBRF Radio Sports video presentation. Today's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Park Region Telephone and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. FM Bank. The Viking Cafe. Service Food, Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, and by the American Legion Post number 30. Thank you for joining us for the special KBRF Radio Sports Video presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and click on Sports Streaming, the KBRF Radio YouTube page, and on the Fergus Now app.